As soon as I saw the Cosmic Brushes Cooltrals eyeshadow palette, I knew I had to buy it. I knew I had to review it, but that was not enough. I had to review it and then also do a 3 looks 1 palette with this eyeshadow palette as well. So that means I've done a total of 4 looks with this eyeshadow palette. And let me tell you, I am so happy with it still. So if you have bought this palette and you're looking for some inspiration, maybe you're new to cool tones, maybe you're a little bit scared of blues, I'm going to show you 3 extra looks that I have done with this palette, and I'm still in love with it. I'm still singing its praises, so this is going to be a very, very good video. But if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. I love new eyeshadow releases. I love get ready with me's. I love project panning. I love all of it. And I upload every single day here. So yeah. Every day there is a new video for you guys to watch, so hopefully you will never ever get bored. And this is something that I've never actually done before. I don't think I've ever done a 3 looks 1 palette video, so if you want to see more, then definitely let me know. I'm obsessed with this palette. Let me say that. I'm just obsessed. This is, of course, one of the looks that I have done with this palette for this video, and this is the look that I did for my review. If you didn't see my full review, I would definitely recommend checking that out before you buy this palette. I will leave it linked up in the cards, but definitely check that out and this out if you're on the fence about buying this palette. So I'm going to do 3 looks today. I've tried to do like different styles of looks, so depending on what your style is, I've done obviously a cut crease, I've done a bit of a halo eye, and I'm also going to do a more work, quote unquote, everyday look. That's going to be difficult for me because, I mean, this is my jam. So wish me luck on that front. This palette is just my everyday dream. I'm so excited to be using it even more. So without further ado, let's get into the first look. Okay, so the first look that I'm going to do with the Cooltrals palette, I kind of dreamed it up last night, so hopefully it goes well. I definitely want to play around with this multi-chrome, is it? Or a duochrome? This shade. Oh my goodness me. That is stunning. This is the shade Gravitate, and it is a green and red duochrome. So, I mean, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. For this look, I don't know if it's going to come across because I want to use it as a wing. Risky business, but we'll see. Okay, so first I'm going to go in with Midnight, which is this dark blue matte. And I'm going to pop this on the outer and inner corner of the eyes. I have primed with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and that will be for every look in this video. That is the eye primer that I'm using at the moment. I've been absolutely loving it. I know I'm like the last person on earth to try it, but I was using the P. Louise bases for a long time, and I just thought that my eyes were naturally very, very oily. They're not. It was just that eye base. Okay, so I'm going to round it out a little bit, and I'm going to leave the middle free. Okay, there we go. That blue is so pigmented. I did play around with this shade in my initial review of the palette. Stunning. Like, oh, it's beautiful. Okay, let's move on. So in my first look, I blended that blue out with these purple tones, but today I'm going to go in with this blue, which is called Hidden, and it's more of a denim blue. And I'm going to start blending this deeper blue out with this. I absolutely love blue eyeshadow so much. I did have a comment on my initial review saying, oh, I was scared of these blues. Oh, don't be scared of blue, guys. It is the best color that you can ever wear on your eyes. I am obsessed. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I'm proud to be biased. But blue is so beautiful. This is blending out so easy. Really nice. This palette does smell, okay, something that I've kind of realised. I don't know what it smells of. I think it's the glue, but it reminds me of my childhood. I don't know if anyone else has this palette. What is that smell? What is it reminding me of? But it's definitely throwing me back to my childhood. It's something about, I don't know, like toys. Like one of my toys smelled like this, I think, or something like that. It's really throwing me back. I like the smell. If you guys have this palette, let me know what that is, because it's annoying me because I know what it is, but I don't. I can't believe I've had to put my heater on today. Like, it's July and my heater's on. I love the English summertime. It's brilliant. Okay, that's that blend done. Something I was saying in my review is I love how this isn't just blue. It's like a denim grey blue, you know, it's not just primary blue, because we see that so often. They do like much different tones in this palette, and that is something that I really, really do love. So I'm going to go in with Reveal, I think, which is this. It's one of those blue, like white with a blue shifty thing in it. And I'm going to start popping that all on the inner part of this halo. The blue shift doesn't look too intense when you just swatch it, but actually on the eyes, that's nice. Okay. We're looking crazy right now, but we will fix it. And then I'm going to go in with Affinity, which is this blue shimmer here. And I'm just going to pop this on the outer parts of this halo eye just to blend those two shades a little bit. It looks very, very harsh and like stark when you don't do this. But when you do, it just blends everything together a lot more. It makes everything look a little bit more meant to be, you know? I love doing these kind of halo eyes because they're so quick, they're so easy, and they're so effective. And I am just going to go in with that bluey whitey shade again and just tap another layer over just so it really stands out on the eye. And then I'm just going to give the top of that a bit of a blend with the brush that I used for the crease. Okay, and now you guys know I love a contrast. I'm going to go in with this duochrome. Can I show you the flip of it? There you go. It's green and then it's red. I'm hoping that this is going to show up as a wing. It feels very, very creamy on the brush. Okay, I'm scared. Ooh, I'm scared. Let's go. Oh, this is a wing. It works so well. Can you see that already? It's almost like a bit like of a cream formula. Honestly, this was made to be a wing. This formula is almost like a gel. It's like perfect. Sometimes with eyeshadow wings, oh my god, it can be a nightmare. But this is nice. Can you guys see that? That's something else. The fallout of this is like insane though, so just be careful there. But that's so cool. That's cool. It's not got as much of a red base. I think if I was going to do this again, I'd probably put like a black base underneath this. I just did the other wing off camera just because it was a lot of pressure there for a second. And then I'm going to go in with Grounded, which is this reddy matte shade, and I'm gonna run that under the lower lash line, and I'm hoping this will make that red pop a little bit more in the wing. Okay, I've just went in and put the tiniest bit of shadow over the top of that wing. This one is looking a little bit wonky, but that's fine. Look at this one. Look how good this one is. And then I'm going to put Midnight, I think, on the inner corner. I'm going to try with my finger, but I have mega nails, so I don't know how well this is going to go. All right, that looks cool, I think. What do you think? This look has definitely given me a lot of fallout, so do be careful. I'm going to go in with Charmer, I think. Okay, so I've just popped some lashes on. I do have quite a bit of fallout from this look, but I think that's okay. This is the first look. What are we thinking? I'm thinking it came out quite cute. I was definitely wanting this wing to come out a lot more red, but I think that's kind of on me for not doing a base first. But other than that, I think it's kind of cute. I definitely wanted to play with some contrasting colours again, and I definitely did that. So let's move on to the second look. Okay, look number 2. So I've just done some filming and wiped that last look off. So if my eyes look a little bit battered, we're going to cover it up with look number 2. So I've got a slight idea of what I want to do, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Of course, you've seen this palette. I keep wanting to show you guys the palette. You've seen it, you know. So I'm going to start with Shadow, I think, which isn't a black, but it's like a very dark grey. And I'm going to start popping that. Oh, okay. It is not very light, but compared to what I was expecting, it is light. So this shade is going to be perfect for those of you who want depth, but don't want a true full-on black, which I have seen in my comment section a lot. Like, people are a little bit scared to work with full-on black shadows. So if you're one of those people, then this kind of shade is perfect for you. And with a light hand, this could just add like the teeny tiniest bit of depth. But of course, I'm going very heavy-handed. So normally when I wipe off makeup looks and do another one, my eyes start watering. So I'm really hoping that that does not happen today. Everyone cross their fingers, please. I'm going to have to go in with Midnight again. I know I start with Midnight all the time, but I promise next look is going to be different. I have planned next look because I'm going to have to go to the office tomorrow. So it's going to be like a more toned down work kind of look. But I'm going to go in. It's my favorite shade. I have to. There's no like deep purple. I feel like that's what maybe could have benefited, like a deep matte purple to kind of tie in some of these lavenders and this pink. I think that would have been nice because I've found doing these looks, this is my third look now with this palette, the only deepening shades that are like actual colours are this shade Midnight and then this shade Natural. So you can kind of only go two ways. But, I mean, whatever. I'm not complaining because I still think this palette is gorgeous. So who am I? You know, who am I? And I'm just going to start blending all the way around this black, well, dark grey. I can feel a slight bit of watering in this eye. So I'm just hoping that it holds off. Okay, so once again, that just blended like I wasn't even trying to blend them. It was just, the blends of this are stunning. I'm going to go in with Intuition, I think, which is this periwinkle, like lilac, bluey, purpley thing. And I'm just going to pop that all the way through. I did use this shade in my dedicated full review video of this palette, and I found that it didn't really show up. But I think because I was using it in such a small area and I was using such a small amount that it didn't really have the chance to show up. But when I'm using it now, I can definitely really see that purple hint. And I think it is gorgeous. And I'm being very careful under this eye because it's gonna go. It's gonna go. And then I don't think I'm gonna use another transition. I think I'm just gonna use what's left on my brush just to blend up into the kind of eyebrow area. I love having a really high blend. I don't know. I know it's not some people's cup of tea, but for me, I love it. I love it. And just doing the exact same thing on the other eye, just blending away. I love this brush, by the way. This is the AOA Studio E129. Someone was asking in my review video what brushes I use. They're just the cheap AOA ones. They're like nothing crazy. I don't really like spending money on brushes. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's a bit like, I don't know, brow glue or eyelash glue. It's like a chore product to buy. Like, you don't actually want to buy those things. It's just like, ugh. And for me, brushes is kind of the same. I just hate buying brushes. So I just buy the really cheap ones. Okay, and then on the lower lash line, I'm gonna put, I don't know. I'm gonna put Affinity, I think, which is this shimmer blue shade. I'm just using the same brush that I used on the last look for this shade. And I'm gonna pop it just here because I have a plan for the lid. I wasn't sure about this shade in my review because all the other shimmers seem to be like super special, like duochromes or flaky, not flaky, but like bitty kind of shades. And this seems to be just more of a standard shimmer. But I actually really like how it goes on with a brush. It's so simple. Okay, I've got a lot of fallout again. My God, my face is going to be battered after this. Okay, so now I'm going to go off camera and cut this crease and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my cut crease on. So, what are we going to do? So either Secret, which is this shade, or Tempting, which is this shade. They look quite similar in the pan. That's what they look like. I think we could probably do a blend of both. So I'm going to start with Secret, which is the lighter of the two. And I'm just going to use my finger to roughly pop this on that cut crease. You know what would have been really nice in this palette as well? Like a light reddy shimmer. Because we have this red shimmer. But other than that, I think that they're very like blue toned. I feel like that would have added a nice bit of contrast. Okay, the shade Secret really does not want to go on with a brush. So I'm just going to spray my brush, I think. I don't often have to spray brushes. Yeah, that's a bit better, but it's still not 100%. This definitely feels much more firm than the other shimmers. This is the first time I'm using this one. It's nice. It's probably not my favorite thing in the world. It is super firm in the pan. Okay, it's definitely picking more up now that I'm like wiggling it properly in the pan. I'm proper going in there. I'm not being light-handed with this shade. And it seems to be working a lot better. So then I think I'm going to go in with Tempting, which is the darker shade. It is quite similar in tone, but slightly darker. And I'm just going to use that to blend this outer corner. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to go in with Reveal, which was that blue-white iridescent-y kind of shade, just to pull everything together. So let me do my lashes and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll be right back, because I think this is look 2 done. Can you see my watery eye? Hopefully not. All right, here we go. This is the second look with the Cooltrals palette. What do you think? This is definitely more up my street. Like, I love a good cut crease. Oh my God, put me back in 2016 because I'm in love with a cut crease. And this is really nice. This is cool. It's smoky. It's not too gray though. Can you tell my eye is not having a good time here, but we're gonna ignore that. I'm obsessed with this look. I hope my eye clings on because I've got another video to film with this eye look. So I'm hoping that it stops pretty soon. But that is not the eyeshadow. That's just because I had to wipe off an eye look to do this one. What do you think? This might be my favorite so far. I'm happy with this. So let's move on to the third and final eye look. Alrighty then, look number 3, and it is early in the morning right now. I'm just about to go to the office, but before that I gotta do my eyeshadow. So I thought I'd do it with you guys today. So because I'm in the office today, I'm gonna stick to these neutrally tones, and I did plan this look out yesterday just because my brain does not work before 9 a.m. So I thought it'd be a good idea to pre-plan, and it was. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Natural here. I did play with this in my initial review, and I was pleasantly surprised that it's not as red as it looks in the pan. Like, I was expecting this to be mega like red, but it's actually not. It's a really, really nice, I describe this as a smoky cranberry, and I'd stick with that. And I am going to bring it down on the lower lash line just a little bit. I think having this row of neutrals in this palette really gives it a little bit of versatility. I know a lot of people are saying that they're a little bit nervous about all the blues, a little bit nervous about all the colour, but this row is so stunning, and I'm so excited to do this eye look. I'm not normally a neutral girl, but you know what? I'm excited. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Stone Cold. I've not used this shade before, And honestly, this is such a me shade for every day. Oh my goodness me. I love these cool tone taupey shades. They are my absolute favorite shades, like neutral shades to wear. So I'm really excited. I'm interested to see how it's going to blend with this more reddy tone. Okay, it looks maybe lighter on the skin. It's not coming up too much. Okay, I was expecting this to be a little bit darker, maybe have a bit more payoff, but it seems very, very light. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on camera there, and I'm going to bring it down on the lower lash line again. I'm going to go in with the other brush and try and blend that reddy tone a little bit more. Okay, this blend wasn't the easiest in the world, but it's not bad at all. I think it's nice how the red almost like bleeds into that taupe colour and makes the whole crease just look a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit smoky. I think that's nice. I've definitely had to go into this shade a lot more than the other shades. I feel like this isn't, maybe it is pigmented, but it's just very, very light. And I'm wondering on other skin tones that are darker than mine, how well this would show up. Just because I am pasty white. And if it's struggling to show up on me, then I don't know. I don't know how well it would show up on other people. And once again, I'm just taking that red brush, just dabbling, blending. I am hoping that this doesn't turn out to be a disaster because, like I said, I'm out today. No, it won't. It's looking good. I'm bringing it back. Then I'm going to go with Eternal, which is this lighter, more rosy tone, just on the same brush. And I'm just kind of going to go over that. Yeah, that's a lot more pigmented. I can tell right off the bat. It's more rosy. It's adding a little bit of a, I don't know, a rosy tone. And I only dug in there once as well. I didn't, can you see that difference? I only tapped my brush once with that new shade and already all that payoff have come off. So I think this is a lot more pigmented than the other shade. And it definitely goes a lot better with that red that we started with. Just to pull that pinky hue. Alright, so I'm really excited for this shade. Look at me, being a grown-up and loving being excited for a neutral shade. Who am I? This is the shade Slate, and oh, I've been loving these tones. It looks a little bit different. I don't know, it doesn't look like the same tone as what I've got on my eyes right now. And I am a bit scared, so I'm just going to tap this all over the lid. Hopefully it goes, even though this is definitely more of like a cool tone taupe. And my eye is definitely looking a little bit more rosy right now. What do we think? It's not too bad. I think it is definitely more because I started with that reddy tone. That may be why it's looking a little bit out the ordinary. Okay, here we go. No, I've blended it a little bit now. And I think it looks good. Do you see what I mean by the clashing tones a little bit? I don't know. I think if this shade Slate was lighter, then it would go better. But it's I just feel like it's slightly too dark. That's okay. Okay, so this is the main part. I am, of course, going to add a little something, something. You know me, you know me. So I'm going to go in with the shade Crave, which is this bubblegum pink. And I'm going to try and add this as like a pop on the lower lash line. It's not the most pigmented thing in the world, which I actually like for a palette like this, because a lot of the time a bright bubblegum pink can be used as a really nice lash transition. And if it's not as pigmented, it is really beautiful, really subtle. But I actually like that. That's cute. I have built it up a little bit. So it definitely can be built up. I like that. It adds a little bit of light. I think that's really pretty. And then, I know I said I didn't want to do the most, but you know, like, it's fine. I'm going to go in with Midnight. Blue for work. Hell yeah. And I want to see how well a wing does. I've said before, my office are very, very, like, they don't really care about makeup. I can come in with whatever I want, really. So if you don't want to do a blue wing for the office, I get that. This blue is so beautiful. I think this blue matte is one of my favorite shades in this palette. And I mean, me saying a matte is a favorite shade in the palette, unheard of. But this blue is just something else. Uh-oh, I got some fallout. Oh no. I've got blue streaks all over my face. I think that's cute with the contrast with the pink on the lower lash line. I'm loving this. This look, the vision of this look, yes. I was a little bit worried when the tones of the shimmers and the matte clashed. I don't know if you saw that on camera. Let me know, because I was definitely a little bit worried about that. But no, I like this now. This is cute. And I've just brought this matte down a tiny bit on the lower lash line there. You can't really see it much, but it just brings things together a tiny bit. I feel like a fraud saying that a matte is my favorite shade in the palette, just because I've never said that before. I've never said that before. I'm going to go in with Reveal, which is the bluey whitey iridescent-y shade. Pop that on the inner corner. And here we go. This, I'm loving this. So of course I'll do my mascara, my lashes, my lips, and then I'll come back with the third look. I'm loving it. This is my kind of everyday. This is my work look. So yeah, if you guys are a little bit and you wanted something neutral, then you could definitely just take off the wing, maybe take off the pink if you were wanting that. This could be a really, really nice, just simple everyday look. Okay, here we go with look number 3. This is the final look. So if you were wondering, can I do any neutral looks with this palette? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Here you go. The choices were a little bit sparse, let's say, for true neutrals. I know this is called the Cooltrals, so it's meant to be more neutral, but I think maybe like these 3 are the only true neutrals, and maybe this silver as well. Yeah, it is a colorful palette. Like, it is. Come on, it is. It's a blue palette. It's a blue, purple, lavender palette with pops of neutral. But you can definitely do a neutral work everyday look with this palette, as I have done today. So with that being said, this is the final look, and let's jump on to the outro. I'm going to tell you my final thoughts. I'm going to go through everything else that needs to be said. And yeah, I'll see you there. So what do you think of these looks today, guys? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. What is your favorite color story in this palette? I am loving the blues, obviously. Obviously, I'm loving the blues, but these neutrals, they are pretty as well. Like, I'm a sucker for a cool tone neutral. What can I say? I tried to use as many of the colors as possible, and I think now I have used every single shade in the palette. I think between these 4 looks, so the 3 looks today and the look in my review, I'm pretty sure I've used every single shade, and I'm loving it. I do have my favorites, of course. Midnight is an absolute favorite. Oh, I don't know, Moonlight as well, Slate. I love them all. I love them all. I love the fact that there is some of these like more rosy tones in here. I never thought I'd say that ever, but here I am. Shocker, I know. But this palette is such a staple, such a good palette. If you were on the fence about buying this palette, hopefully I have swayed you one way or another. I know that this isn't for everyone, but for me and for a lot of people, I think this is truly beautiful. So this is it. This is the end of this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. As I said in the intro, this is the first time doing this kind of video, I'm pretty sure. So definitely let me know down below if you enjoyed it, what you would change, what you would add, any information that you need. This palette is £28, so such a steal, I think, for an indie brand with duochromes. Yeah, absolutely. Sign me up. But this is it. This is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you had an incredible day. Like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.